Entrepreneurs are good at spotting opportunities. And during my travels, I saw the opportunity to create like no other experiences with the Henry. Hello there, my name is Hanky Lee, and welcome to my Business Diaries. With the Henry Hotels and Resorts, my goal is to celebrate the Philippines and elevate Filipino hospitality. Our country is like a diamond in the rough, so I wanted to leverage on the talent that we already have, as well as showcase strong sense of place to bring out character and soul. There's a lot to enrich you when you travel locally. That's why we work with social and local enterprises and build a platform that they can be part of. Of course, stay local, buy local. But the Henry is more than a hotel. The Henry stands for certain values, Filipino values. A Western mind, a Latin heart, and an Asian soul. That means we're innovative, passionate, and honest. And everyone on our team is a Henry. This also means doing our part in making local travel safe and responsible. It's also what I look for in partners to help us bring Filipino hospitality to a bigger scale. It actually doesn't matter where you open. You open where the opportunity is and find like-minded partners to help you realize your vision. Mine is to redefine and elevate Filipino hospitality with the Henry Hotels and Resorts. And I won't stop until that happens. Having direct internet is necessary for our day-to-day here at the Henry. It allows our team to work seamlessly, though we're at different places at a particular time. With me going around all of the time, it's all the more important that I stay connected with my team. G Suite has some great tools to help us collaborate better. And in real time too. It helps keep things running smoothly at the Henry, even when I'm on the go. Nowadays, everyone is online almost 24/7. That means being connected is a priority to all of my guests. With managed Wi-Fi, I can now give them a strong and stable connection no matter what area of the property they may be in. In today's world, work is everywhere and family time is anytime. The challenge is to keep in touch with those who matter. Mobile data and only calls help me reach out to my family, my The Henry team, and potential investors.
morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. We will begin our webinar in a few minutes. We are currently using the Zoom audio and video conferencing software for today. For our audiences, please note that we have disabled your camera, your audio, and chat settings for the meantime. If you have any questions, please click the Q&A option at the bottom of your screen, type in your questions, and we will try to address all of them later. Lastly, this webinar is recorded for documentation purposes only, and we will be starting in a few minutes. Thank you.
and thank you for tuning in. We will begin our webinar in a few minutes. We are using the Zoom audio and video conferencing software for today. For our audiences, please note that we have disabled your camera and audio settings for the meantime. If you have any questions, please click the Q&A option at the bottom of your screen. Type in your questions and we will try to address them later. Lastly, this webinar is recorded for documentation purposes, and we will be starting in a few minutes. Thank you.
Entrepreneurs are good at spotting opportunities. And during my travels, I saw the opportunity to create like no other experiences with the Henry. Hello there, my name is Hanky Lee, and welcome to my Business Diaries. With the Henry Hotels and Resorts, my goal is to celebrate the Philippines and elevate Filipino hospitality. Our country is like a diamond in the rough, so I wanted to leverage on the talent that we already have, as well as showcase strong sense of place to bring out character and soul. There's a lot to enrich you when you travel locally. That's why we work with social and local enterprises and build a platform that they can be part of. Of course, stay local, buy local. But the Henry is more than a hotel. The Henry stands for certain values, Filipino values, a Western mind, a Latin heart, and an Asian soul. That means we're innovative, passionate, and honest. And everyone on our team is a Henry. This also means doing our part in making local travel safe and responsible. It's also what I look for in partners to help us bring Filipino hospitality to a bigger scale. It actually doesn't matter where you open. You open where the opportunity is and find like-minded partners who help you realize your vision. Mine is to redefine and elevate Filipino hospitality with the Henry Hotels and Resorts. And I won't stop until that happens. Having direct internet is necessary for our day-to-day here at the Henry. It allows our team to work seamlessly, though we're at different places at a particular time. With me going around all of the time, it's all the more important that I stay connected with my team. G Suite has some great tools to help us collaborate better. And in real time too. It helps keep things running smoothly at the Henry, even when I'm on the go. Nowadays, everyone is online almost 24/7. That means being connected is a priority to all of my guests. With managed Wi-Fi, I can now give them a strong and stable connection no matter what area of the property they may be in. In today's world, work is everywhere and family time is anytime. The challenge is to keep in touch with those who matter. Mobile data and only calls help me reach out to my family, my The Henry team, and potential investors.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar entitled Tourism's Road to Recovery, Strategies on Reopening Your Businesses, presented by Globe My Business in partnership with SGS Philippines. Good morning, everyone. My name is Apple Grace Mendoza, your events host and the resident house tour host for AD Properties on YouTube. So if you have time, go check them out. And I will be your moderator for today's session. So good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is safe and well at the comforts of their home, relaxing or working at the same time. Hello, good morning. Okay, I want to hear from all of our participants. So currently we have 82. Good morning, 82 of our participants. So if you have something to say, you can comment on our comment section below, because I know, guys, that over the weekend, Metro Manila and several other provinces are again back to stricter quarantine restrictions, right? So this is such a hard punch for our restaurant business owners because it says there in the news, we all know this, no more dining in areas under GCQ. So this means restaurants and other food establishments in Metro Manila and several provinces now are placed under general community quarantine again. And syempre, all of their services will be limited to takeout, deliveries, and syempre, if their establishment can accommodate, pwede ang dining out. So wala nang dining in for everyone. So if you guys, we want to hear firsthand experiences and comments from you, please comment on our comment section below, because during this webinar, we're going to do a lot of kumustahans for our business owners and customers alike, syempre para we get to know what's happening in your area. So please comment on our comment section below, again, your current situation, and syempre with regards to the business operations in your area, so we can briefly discuss those and share with everyone here in our webinar. And syempre for our panelists to hear it firsthand, na information from you guys. So we want to know, okay, I'll be checking out the chat box before we officially start our webinar for this morning. Okay, so a lot of good mornings to everyone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. Please type in, what's happening in your areas right now. We really want to know. And again, I want to say good morning to all of our panelists. So we have an exciting lineup for this morning. Okay, kamusta kayo, guys? Please type in your comments on our comment box. Okay, don't be shy. Okay, alam natin na we have gone through several different quarantines levels over the past year, di ba? Parang deja vu nga siya, bumabalik ulit. So I hope all of our business owners are now a bit more flexible when it comes to running their businesses. And we would love to hear what your situation is like in your areas. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little more time to write down on our there. We have one from Mark Joseph. Good morning, I think. Oh yeah, so we have a comment right here. I think the chat box can only be seen by the panelists, hence everybody can see the chat box. So that, I think our tech team will look into that. Okay, wait lang, Sir Mark. All right, we're gonna do something about that. Okay, so we have a comment from Hio. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So from lockdown last year, escalated to lock in now. Okay, I think we can all agree and relate to that one. And again, another one from Maria. Good morning, 27 covered cases in Barangay Teachers Village in West Quezon City. Okay, medyo malapit ako dyan. And also from Ms. Francis, some restaurants are converting areas to al fresco dining again, which is actually, better and refreshing. But we all know that not a lot or not all establishments have that provision. Okay, so another one from Eden. Good morning. Work from home here inside the bundle or the huddle or the bundle. Okay, she's in Cavite. Tiis muna and follow the government restrictions to help decrease COVID cases. I so agree with you, Eden. Okay, if you have more opinions and your firsthand experiences, please comment on our comment section below. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing it with us. And again, this webinar will be very beneficial to both business owners and customers alike. And we all know here in Globe My Business that it is not easy. That's why we are here to be your partner to help you recover. So this webinar, again, is just part or one of our ways to help local businesses navigate in this, still challenging and changing times. To kick things off, let's get to know the organizations who made this event possible. And again, SGS is the world's leading testing, inspection, and certification company. They are recognized as a global benchmark for quality and integrity with more than 89,000 employees. They operate a network of more than 2,600 offices and laboratories around the world. They have been operating the Philippines since 1949, and their headquarters in Makati has over 1,000 employees with laboratories located in various key areas in our country. They provide a wide range of solutions to every sector and offer system and services certification. Today, SGS Philippines will focus on the Hygiene Monitored Services Program, which addresses the need of the implementation and monitoring of good hygiene standards of your restaurants and establishments. It includes regular food safety and hygiene audits, very important, environmental monitoring, cleaning and disinfection practices, and of course, sampling and testing of work surfaces and business premises. So this service also includes an SGS audit certificate for COVID-19 control requirements. So again, to put it simply, everyone, when an establishment or a business establishment is SGS certified, we or us as clients and customers can rest assured that health and safety and sanitary protocols are strictly practiced and implemented, especially during these times. And now, okay, we have been introduced to SGS. Now I'd like to introduce you guys, sino nga ba si Globe My Business? Globe My Business is a corporate arm of Globe Telecom that offers solutions relevant to the needs of the Philippine micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. Every business needs a partner that they can trust, a partner that not only supports their day-to-day operations, but invests heavily in the future success of their business. Globe My Business caters to the Filipino MSMEs, not only with your telecom needs, but also with digital solutions to help with your business operations, especially during this difficult times. And again, Globe My Business's learning sessions are brought to you by Globe My Business Academy. And today's session, we will talk about a lot of strategies and priorities to jumpstart hospitality and restaurant businesses' road to recovery. So again, okay, that was a lot. So what can we really expect during this webinar? You can expect to learn more about how digital solutions and digital tools can help your business recover continuously despite the ever-changing situations. Diba, last week lang, everything was a little bit normal, and now we're back to GCQ up until April 4th, right? So we also want to touch on food safety accreditation programs from our speakers, and we have a guest who is a consultant chef of various under the Tasteless Food Group. She will be sharing with us her experience with SGS Hygiene Monitor Program and talk about how this has helped her business. So I know you guys are so excited. So if you want to add in a little bit more like what you're expecting to learn more from this webinar, type in on our comment section. We also have the Q&A button right there. So right now we're gonna pause for a little bit. I'll be checking out our chat box again. Okay, so for Q&A, we have one. Okay, yeah, if we join, are we gonna be receiving an e-certificate? So our tech team will be answering that question in a little while. Okay, I know you guys are excited for this one. So please make sure to stay towards the end of our program for a chance to get the SGS Hygiene Monitored Program free for one quarter, diba guys? This is so exciting. And now, okay, we've come to the part of our webinar where we're going to be flashing some poll questions. And I would like to encourage everyone to answer this. So to help us understand your concerns regarding today's topic, and we're going to be giving you a minute to answer that. I think we have 3 to 4 questions or poll questions for you. There. Okay, I hope everyone can see it. You have a minute to answer those, guys. So this is just going to narrow down our demographic for today's or for this morning's webinar. We want to learn more about our audiences right now. Go ahead and tick your answer over there. Okay, so number check. We have 108 participants joining us this morning. Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, 109 and still counting. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And actually, for if you have friends who are not able to join this webinar for this morning, they can actually watch this one. There will be a replay on Globe My Business's Facebook page. So yep, you're not going to be missing anything during this webinar for this morning. Okay, so we still have our poll questions flash on our screens. Still have more time to answer that one, guys. Okie dokie. Okay, we're just gonna move that to the side. I hope everyone can see that. Okay, we have 3 to 4 questions for our poll survey. And while everyone is doing that, okay, without further ado, I'll be introducing our speakers for today. So to start off with our first speaker, she is a BS Food Technology graduate of the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. She is an operations executive for food for SGS Philippines, providing technical support and allocate resources to meet client and internal government requirements. She also conducts various training programs related to audits and food safety standards, such as in Pizza Express of the Tasteless Food Group and other micro, small, and medium food enterprises in various regions. I'm so excited to introduce to all of you guys. Joining us on screen is Miss Danica De Guzman.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Good
morning,
everyone. How are you
everyone.
this morning?
I'm actually good, but nervous, but okay. Thank you for
fine.
asking.
You're not alone. Okay, let's be nervous together.
Okay.
So there you have it, Miss Danica from SGS Philippines. And now for our next resource speaker. She is a professional chef for the past 12 years. She is also a consultant chef to various restaurants here in Manila, as well as in different provinces, such as restaurants in Boracay, in Tagaytay, and Rojas City. Currently, she is the consultant chef for these restaurants, namely Pizza Express, Granivore, Spicebird, the Sunnyside Cafe, and of course, the Super Magic Burgers. Let us all welcome with a virtual warm applause, of course, Chef Natalia Moran. Good morning, Chef. Hi, Chef. All right.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, Chef. Nice to see you. How are you this morning?
Yes, good. Pumped up for this webinar. Good morning to
Yes.
everybody who's listening also and stuck at home, I guess.
Yeah, we have exciting topic and our audiences are super excited to hear from all of you three panelists. And of course, thank you so much, Chef. Up next is our Globe My Business Industry Marketing Manager for hotels, restaurants, and cafes. She has been a marketeer for over 7 years now, building up extensive experience in digital marketing. And as part of Globe My Business, she empowers Filipino entrepreneurs with the right business knowledge, tools, and solutions to help them succeed. She is an avid foodie as well and dreams to someday opening up her own restaurant as well. Let's give a warm virtual welcome to Miss Frances Kaluya. Good morning, Miss Frances.
Hi everyone, good morning. Super duper excited to be with you today and to talk about this is actually the first time we're touching on food safety in an event by Globe My Business. So really excited to hear from Danica and Chef, and I'll be talking about what other priorities a business owner in this day and age should be paying attention to. So I really hope everyone stays for the entirety of our program, and I hope we learn a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Miss Frances, Chef Nat, and of course, Danica. This is going to be an exciting webinar for this afternoon, especially with the changing business landscape, diba? It changes in a snap of a finger. So this is really important, and it's going to be very relevant to all of our live participants, both customers and business owners alike. So once again, thank you, Danica, Francis, and Chef Natalia. Okay, again, we have the best lineup of speakers for today, and I'm sure this webinar, after this one, we are going to be all well equipped with the knowledge and the strategies to jumpstart our road to recovery. So now, what are we going to learn today? Okay, I keep telling you guys. So again, see Miss Frances will be joining me again on screen as we talk about what safe recovery is for our audiences, and as well as flashing the answers to our poll survey. Are you ready, Miss Frances?
Yeah, so just a quick preview of why we decided to start talking to business owners about safe recovery. When we actually started out in this campaign to educate and empower business owners on how to safely recover, it was really because we saw the industry starting to pick up again. We were at the start of the year, we were able to um, travel locally, dine in more frequently than we did last year. Unfortunately, because of unforeseen circumstances, diba, recently the quarantine implementations have become stricter again in some areas, etc. So now it kind of evolved the idea of safe recovery, wherein it's not just about continuing to go back to your day-to-day normal operations. Safe recovery now entails business owners, managers of restaurants and hotels to be flexible as well. So I think that will be key um, to really sustain your recovery as a business. It's not just about being safe and practicing the right kinds of precautions, but it's also about being able to change as the situations change as well. So hopefully, the things that you learn from today's session will really help you um, be able to adapt to any kind of circumstance that may happen, especially as we move along in the next couple of months. So there.
Thank you, Miss Frances. And again, we're going to be flashing the answers to our poll questions so we could, narrow down and see the demographic of our live participants for this morning. So, okay, we have 4 poll questions. The first one is, what is your top priority when you reopen your business? So 85% of our live viewers said recover customer confidence through safety and health security for both customers and employees. Syempre, very essential. Followed by, to follow the minimum government mandated travel and tourism related health protocols. Okay, for the second one, is your business or company currently using technology solutions for your daily operations? If yes, okay, select what applies. So most of them, 60% of our live audiences already have the office connectivity. So they have the essentials, which is broadband, direct internet, prepaid internet kit, and followed by the digital marketing tools, which includes the SMS blasting platform. We also have the website and the loyalty apps that we will be discussing later on in depthly with Miss Frances Kaluya. And the third would be, what are your challenges in getting digital business tools for your operations? So again, majority of our live audience answered, I don't know how to start. Okay, don't worry, because we're gonna be starting your knowledge about this one later on. We'll be covering a lot of that with our business and digital tools and solutions. And lastly, what are the business solutions that you're considering when you reopen your businesses? So again, most of them answered faster internet connection, followed by the online ordering system and the diverse payment options. And so, yeah, we are going to be tackling all of that. So we've heard it from our audiences, right? So most of them, they're in need of a faster internet connection. So parang yun naman halos lahat, right? So again, thank you so much for our participants for answering our poll survey and for us to be able to understand more what your needs are. And again, to jumpstart this conversation before we officially open our discussion proper, okay, I just want to invite again Chef Nat, Miss Danica, and Miss Frances. I'll just be asking you like 2 quick questions. I just want to know, what is your take on securing your business and your customers during this time? So I think all of our participants are eagerly waiting for this one. They want to know what your take is on this one. So securing your business and your customers. What can you advise? Would
Okay,
like to
so
go first. Danica?
I guess I'll go first. Okay, so I'm not in terms of securing the business and the customers, and what should our priority, or what should we prioritize when we reopen, or when we decide to start up our own. I think for me, it should be the people that we're going to be working with. So we're going to have to be aligned with them in terms of the goals and priorities of the company, um, especially in making sure that, the food that they're going to be serving and producing is safe for customers. So for me, they should prioritize their people, and they should make sure that they're aligned and towards one goal. Okay.
I agree with that, Danica. Okay, I'd like to hear it from Chef Nat. So I think Chef
Hello.
yeah, it's more on keeping your business on ground and afloat, and your customers continuous patronage.
Yeah, for the past year, since the pandemic started last year, it's really to manage the costs, to be honest, because it's a very practical reason, because we all need to stay afloat. Um, Basically, staying afloat these days, it's like getting a profit is a plus na lang or an add-on. For as long as you stay afloat and are able to pay all your expenses, I think you'll be okay. That's what we had to do when we reopened last year. So we had to see which expenses were necessary and which ones that we can like not forego for the meantime. And then we had to, of course, keep evolving. So you have to keep adapting to the changes to the times, because everything's so uncertain and so many things are changing so often. So we did a lot of things to be able to meet the demands of our customers, of course. So um, I'll just give you an example. One thing we did was for all our deliveries, we put there who prepared the food, their body temperature, since we check the temperature when they come in. We put there the time that it was cooked, the time it was delivered, those things to make our customers feel safe. So I think to secure your business and your customers, you have to make sure you know what their needs are, and that we as business owners adapt to the time.
Yes, thank you so much, Chef Nat. And now, lastly, would like to hear from Ms. Frances on how to secure your business and your customers during this difficult time.
Over the past couple of webinars, I've talked about the importance of obsessing about your customer, making sure that their customer experience, even before they arrive at your hotel or restaurant, is already pleasant. But I think nowadays, you have to also complement that with making sure that your employees are also safe, they're healthy when they report to work. That way, you're able to cover all bases. From the time that you prepare your food, you welcome your guests in your hotel, to the time that you actually serve your customers. So everyone is safe, everyone is able to enjoy your product or your service, and your business can continue to recover.
Yeah, so that, okay, thank you so much, Francis. I agree with that one. So that is, solving that primary problem internally. So you have to start from your employees, the preparation, all those processes. Thank you so much again, Ms. Francis. And again, another one. Okay, lastly, just to heat up the discussion, what should hospitality and restaurant businesses prioritize in 2021? Let's start with Danica.
Okay. Actually, I would just like to continue and emphasize on what Francis actually said. Really, for me, what happened, the pandemic is a wake-up call. That, okay, we have our businesses, and yes, we have to keep our businesses afloat. But more than anything, who keeps our business going aside from us? It's our employees, it's our partners, and we really have to consider them as well in terms of being part of the family or of the company. So this 2021, given the pandemic and all that, we should really prioritize the employees or our partners in the businesses, and of course, still the safety of the customers and the consumers, because ultimately, of course, they are our drivers and our ultimate, cheerleaders. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Danica. Chef Nat. So, what do you think should hospitality and restaurant businesses prioritize this year?
I think this year mainly is to prioritize your health because for a business to run, it runs on people, and everybody has their own role in running a business. But if you're physically not able to, then it won't run, right? So I think prioritize your health is number one, and everything else will follow.
Thank you, Chef Nat. Francis, lastly, from you.
Okay. So, sorry, I was just reading the chat box. We have one of our attendees is actually quite excited to see the details of of the topics that we will cover. Not, but just to sort of close this section out. In terms of business priorities, you have to address two things. And this is what I will be talking about later. So you have to be able to address the changing consumer needs, and at the same time, you have to make sure that your basics are covered. Never forget the basics of your business. So it may take like double the effort versus how we used to operate businesses pre-pandemic, but it will be worth it. Implement new strategies based on what you see the consumers need, what your customers need, while at the same time keeping an eye on what made your business profitable and successful in the first place pre-pandemic. So later on, I'm super excited to share with you what I think should be the priorities of business owners, especially when it comes to technology.
Thank you so much, Francis, Danica, and Chef Nat. Don't you worry, to all of our participants, we are going to be giving you more specific examples. So, mas relatable siya and mas realistic. Don't you worry later on, because we are going to be diving deep on those topics. And of course, to jumpstart our first discussion for this morning, okay, for our first round of discussion, Danica of SGS Philippines will talk about food safety and SGS Hygiene monitored program. So again, let's welcome Danica back. Good morning, Danica.
Hi, good
When are
morning.
you ready?
So yeah, let me just figure out this one. And then I'm gonna start sharing my screen in a while. So very good points actually mentioned by Francis and Chef. Ayan. So it's very important at this point that we have to consider and prioritize ourselves, our employees, and of course, how we can continuously adapt to the changing scenarios or changing situations. Imagine, as you've mentioned a while ago, Apple parang okay na eh, and then biglang, oh, lockdown again. So what to do, diba? So my presentation would actually be focusing, it's actually about how SGS as an organization, innovated their products or their services according to what happened or the needs of the market considering pandemic. So SGS, we have this next normal solutions. So it's a series of solutions or a list of solutions that can help you address the challenges that you're currently experiencing given the COVID situation. But before that, for those who don't know SGS, who is SGS? Well, we are a company that would like really to help you develop a food safety culture in your food establishment. Whether you're a startup, or a big one, or whether you have this plans of starting up or starting your own food business. So how do we do that? We assist in integrating food safety practices in your food handler's behavior. Kumbaga parang way of life na siya ng ating food handler. Thus minimizing the risk of serving or producing items or products that are unfit or unsafe for consumption. So eto lang, what I would like to highlight is I know for a fact that these three pictures that you're seeing, you're very much familiar with these already. No, so I know we always hand wash, and then we were suddenly introduced to these lots of types of chemicals. Oh, this is a disinfectant, this is a sanitizer. And then there are apparently lots of PPE. Well, if you're not working in the food industry, these practices or these stuff might be new to you. But what I would like to highlight is that these are actually being done even before the COVID-19 pandemic. No, mas naging aware lang ngayon yung mga tao. And even if you're not working in a food establishment, or even if you're a consumer, right now, parang na-instill na sa atin yung importance nitong mga to. So yan. Pero ano lang yan, realization, something that I would like you guys to realize. So, but this is one of the parts of the talk that I want to really share with you guys. So before the pandemic, end of 2019 and start of 2020, actually during the first month of the lockdown, March to April, we conducted a market study or a market survey in partnership with CDM, in the hopes of answering the questions, how do different segments of the diners make decisions to eat out, and which decision-making factors influences the highest propensity to prefer a restaurant. Ayan. So I'll be sharing with you. Oh, wait lang. Sorry, hindi pala naka-share screen. Oh my God, sorry. For a while lang, hindi pala naka-share screen. Thanks for telling me. Okay. Ayan, si may screen na. Okay, sige. All right, so as mentioned, SJS has this next normal solutions, but I'll skip to that already. I'll go now with the survey that we've conducted in partnership with CDM in the hopes of answering these questions. So the results of the survey, we call it the Food Safety Initiative Market Study. Eto. How do they feel about food and dining out? So how do the respondents feel about food and dining out? Again, I'd like to emphasize that the other half of this survey was done during the first month of the lockdown. Okay, so in here, there are situations that can help identify the consumer in deciding why they want to eat out. So it says there, I eat out whenever I can't or won't cook, whenever I'm meeting with people, and then whenever there are celebrations, whenever there's something new to try, and whenever I'm on vacation or during leisure. But if you'll see, a big, almost 1/3 of the respondents' consideration in terms of dining out relies on convenience and comfort, right? While almost half relies on social situations. All right, so I hope you'll be able to use this data in terms of innovating your current situation with your current situation, and how you'll be able to use this data to connect more and market your products. Okay. So in terms of perception of dining out, in this scale, you'll see in which part or in which extreme the consumers are gearing towards. So respondents see dining out as relatively expensive is one of the parameters. So based on the 188 respondents of this survey, they don't really see this as expensive. Okay, and then dining out is also moderately frequent for them. So it's almost at the middle. So once a month daw sila halos nagda-dine in. And then they also see dining out as safe despite being in lockdown. So relatively, even during a lockdown, they still see dining out as a safe option based on the survey conducted last year. Okay. So, and then in the survey, we provided statements, and then we analyzed as to how they are able to relate to that statement or to those statements. So as you can see, most of the respondents were able to relate yung nasa pinakataas. I fully understand the concept of food safety and proper food handling, And I would never eat in a food establishment if I am unsure about their food safety and hygiene. And then I tend to determine how food safe the establishment is based on the overall ambience. So you can see based on this data, what are the different considerations and how the respondents relate to these statements. All right. Next, eto naman, disagreement with the attitudinal and behavioral situation. So eto naman, how do they choose a restaurant to dine in or to try? So pinakauna is recommended by a friend. And the next is easily accessible in terms of may parking ba? Is it PWD friendly? And then has good online reviews, of course, the pricing, etc. So I hope you'll make use of this data to your advantage. And then the next slide would be what turns them off. So what are the greatest things that are factors that are turn off for the consumer? So seeing negative reviews, of course, is the biggest driver for the diners na don't try that restaurant. And then this is followed by being overpriced and not getting the quality of what they paid for, lack of cleanliness, bad service, inconvenient location, and bad taste of the food. So in summary, the findings of the survey suggest that while cleanliness isn't a compelling proposition for diners to try out at a restaurant, displaying signs of food hygiene is best used to keep people from changing their minds. In other words, while sanitation is not necessarily a turn on, it prevents your potential diners from being turned off. But again, this is a survey conducted last year. So I believe there has been a huge change or shift in terms of the perception of people when dining in right now, or even considering where to order next in terms of cleanliness and sanitation. So with that, given the perception of the diners and given the COVID-19 pandemic, SGS, we also innovated in terms of the solutions that we can give to the clients or to our partners in terms of recovering, renewing their practices and reinforcing those new practices. All right. So just to give you a short background or a short glimpse of what we can do and what we have partnered with Chef Natalia already, we have the SGS Hygiene Monitored Program. It's actually a global service which we locally adapted here in the Philippines. But because of the COVID-19 pandemic, this service now comes with a COVID-19 addendum. It could come or could not come with a COVID-19 addendum. So the key features of the program is actually, as mentioned by Apple a while ago, is regular food safety and hygiene audits of the food establishment, and then environmental monitoring in terms of the cleanliness or the safety of the water, air, and then the cleaning and disinfection practices, if they are really, of standard. Yes, different cleaning agents are easily accessible and can be bought, online and in groceries, but are we really using them effectively? And then, of course, the sampling and testing of food water to ensure that it is safe and it was prepared based on the standards, food safety standards that was placed or implemented by the company. And then, of course, when you get to pass all those, you'll have a dedicated mark of compliance, which you can display and post and use as a marketing tool for your consumers. So this, just like in the picture, those are the samples of the stickers or the marks that you'll be able to get once you've passed and comply with the hygiene monitored program. So siguro for us to be able to appreciate, I'll show you the actual photos before the video. So eto lang. I'd like to show to you guys, as mentioned a while ago, this is a global service that we've adapted locally even before pandemic. So we've actually launched this 2019, and then it came from Taiwan actually. So you'll see there that there are actual marks placed already on different food establishments. And here in the Philippines, Pizza Express in SM Mega Mall and in UP Town, So they've already been awarded, and they were the first in the Philippines. And just recently, if you've been to the grid, Bon Appetit also was awarded with the Hygiene Monitored Program. So how do you get that mark? No, so how to get that mark? So kindly watch this video for a while and let me know if it's playing and if there's an audio. All right. For checking, you weren't able to hear the audio, but I hope you're able to read the captions or the subtitles in the video. So there. So for you to be able to get that mark, just like Pizza Express and Bon Appetit, there are basically three components of the program. First is that we will give you a food safety awareness session and have an alignment with you and those who are directly involved in the kitchen. So this is just quick awareness training of what to consider, what are the different hazards, the kitchen or in food preparation, how do you avoid cross-contamination, the best practices. And then afterwards, we will be visiting the kitchen or the food establishment and check the compliance of the establishment against the hygiene monitored program. But don't worry, again, the program is discussed prior to the audit. And actually, during the one-on-one discussion with you guys, we can address before we conduct the audit the challenges that you are currently experiencing. And then after the audit, we will be getting samples, actual food samples that were prepared in the kitchen during the audit and have them sent out to our laboratory and analyzed for microbiological parameters. Once you get to pass all those, you'll be issued a certificate and a mark, which you can display in your facilities and your establishment, post in your social media. You can do what you want with it. And then you're just gonna have to we're just going to have to visit you every quarter to make sure that you're consistently applying or implementing the food safety policies that we have agreed and which are based on the hygiene monitored program. So maybe you're wondering, is this program applicable to a large kitchen only or to a large restaurant? No, this program is very customizable and is applicable to kiosks, to small dine-ins, to bigger dine-ins, and then for those who have multiple branches as well that you need to monitor, this is very much applicable as well. So I would just like to share the benefits of the program. So it provides a benchmark and can form the basis of an award or performance measurement scheme. For example, if you have multiple branches and you want to boost the morale of your branches or your employees, this can serve as a performance measurement scheme. And then team members or the food handlers, this is the most important, become more aware of the operating standards and the different food safety policies and procedures that they really need to follow, even without no one is looking. Training, awareness, and focus drive changes in routines and behavior. That is what we really want to aim with this program. And of course, the marks or the certification marks are likely to influence future buying decisions. And it could become a framework in achieving food standard certification. So the mark is to inform the consumers that you as a company is very much committed into providing food that is safe from consumption by implementing food safety practices that are beyond the legal requirements. So there. So before I end my presentation, I'm so sorry if I was not able to share my screen a while ago. Here are some references that are available actually online that you can check based on what are the specific practices that you can implement at this point, whether you are still closed and is up for reopening or currently operating, or whether you're planning to put up your own business soon. So the US FDA website actually offers a lot of infographics and checklists, which you can use as basis for the reopening of your food establishment. And then the CDC website also has different articles about what the different food establishment must need to know, especially and consider for their workers about COVID-19. And lastly, we also have the WHO references. You can scan the QR code, by the way, guys. And of course, even in our website in SGS, hindi na ako lalayo, we also have lots of webinars, recorded webinars, future webinars, which you can pre-register at, and white papers, which you can use as reference, which that can definitely help you in terms of what next steps to take. But if you feel like these are too much information for you to handle, of course, you can always contact us directly and ask us. And please, please, please let us help you and see how we can help you. So again, I'd like to emphasize that no matter how small or big or what the current situation of your company is, SGS is here to hear you out. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us. So there, in case you have questions, I think there's a portion for it later. So there you go. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Danica from SGS Philippines. Now, again, to reiterate for everyone who just came in, the key features that your company or your restaurant establishments can take from SGS is, of course, it includes regular food safety and hygiene audits, kasama din dyan ang environmental monitoring. It also includes cleaning and disinfection practices, sampling and testing. And also, they have a dedicated mark of compliance. And syempre, lastly, an SGS audit certificate referencing achievement of COVID-19 control requirements. And I just have like a key takeaway from that, coming from a customer myself, especially now what we can do is we can only have our food delivered, taken out, and syempre outdoor dining. So isa lang naman yung natanggal actually yung dining in. So I think this is, restaurants are actually have to quickly pivot from this and incorporate or add, an outdoor space. So I hope na they're going to be flexible enough to actually provide that one. Kasi to be honest, I think everyone can relate to this one. As a customer myself, I most prefer, al fresco dining. Kasi for me, it feels more safer kasi hindi siya kulob and hindi contained yung air inside.
Exactly.
Let me know, guys, if you agree with that one. I mean, you're free to remove your face mask, your face shield without, the feeling of, oh my gosh, ba may umiikot ba or nagsisirculate bang virus that I don't want to catch. Okay, so again, thank you so much, Danica, for all of our 133 participants. If you want to reach out and learn more about the services that your company can get from SGS Philippines, all you have to do is check out their website. It's sgs.com/food, right, Danica? And of course, you can search Miss Danica right here.
Yeah, Apple, sorry, if I may just add, last na talaga, no? Speaking as a consumer then, and not siguro as SGS, no, but as SGS, yes, this is a challenging time for all. Regardless if you're a startup or an established company, everyone's really challenged at this point. But let's try to see and make use of this opportunity to really learn from it and see what we can do. Okay, we are not allowed to go to have dine-ins at the moment, and we have limited work staff or manpower. But maybe this is a chance for us to be able to implement those food safety practices that we should have been implementing a long time ago. And step by step, baby steps, we will be able to fully implement these in time for the grand reopening. Whenever we're allowed. Yes. So there you go.
Yes,
Thanks
I know.
again, everyone.
From now on, I believe that this will be the gold standard, yung mga safety and sanitary protocols that we are currently and strictly being implemented to all of us right now, which is actually works for everyone's good. So again, thank you so much, Danica from
Thank
SGF.
you.
And by the way, for all of our participants na meron tayong mga Q&A portion over here, I mean questions that is being posted, we are gonna be entertaining your questions later on. So let's now proceed to our next speaker. But before that, okay, let us hear it from, of course, Chef Nat, who experienced the SGS Hygiene Monitored Program for her restaurant, the Pizza Express. So again, we'd like to invite Chef Nat on screen. Good morning, Chef Nat.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Okay, so this conversation is just going to reinforce the first-hand experience of Chef Nat with the SGS Hygiene Monitored Program. So Chef Nat, meron lang akong konting question, a few questions for you.
Okay.
All right?
Yes,
So to
sure.
start off, Chef Nat, can you please tell us briefly about your restaurant, Pizza Express, and about your pandemic ordeal?
Okay. Pizza Express is an international chain from the UK. So obviously, it's Pizza Express. It's Italian, so we serve pizza and pasta mainly. Pizza Express has more than 500 branches worldwide, from the UK to the Middle East to Asia. We have restaurants in Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, India, and in the Philippines, we have 2 branches. We opened 2018, and these branches are at Mega Mall and Uptown Mall in BGC. And now we are currently open, but again, for takeout only and delivery. But in our branch in Uptown, you can eat al fresco from Scout's Honor. So you can order Pizza Express from there. So anyway, talking about the pandemic ordeal. Actually, now we went through a lot of changes again just last week because of the new lockdown. But last year, Pizza Express reopened, I think around 2 to 3 weeks after the lockdown on March 16th. It was really difficult because of all the uncertainty and the limited movements of everybody. So the things we had to tackle when we reopened were, one, of course, the limited manpower. We used to have at least 2 to 3 front of the house staff and like 3 to 4 cooks at one time. But when we reopened, we had to have only one front of house and one cook or one back of the house. um, Also because not all the staff could come to work, so we had to fix the logistics and have a shuttle for them and everything. Not just logistics for our staff, but also the stocks. So syempre limited din yung movement ng suppliers, so the stocks, it was also difficult. Also because of the pandemic, we had to adjust our take on packaging. So we had to make sure everything's more secure, everything is easily heated at home, and also we had to offer new items because we had to adapt and kind of change things based on the demand and the needs of our customers. So we offered DIY kits, like so they're frozen pizzas and toppings that you can do at home. And then we also had a couple of promotions for home family meals. We came up with big pasta trays that you can reheat at home. And then we also removed dishes that were that would spoil fast or would not travel well. So those are some of the things we needed to do to adapt to the pandemic. And also, more importantly, we had to reinforce protocols and add new protocols when we opened. So as simple and as basic as hand washing. So when you come to the store, how you hand wash, how many seconds, and then we also have this timer, uh, and then it would time every 30 minutes, and somebody would shout, hand wash, so that you can be reminded to keep washing your hands. Temperature checks were also put in place upon entry, not just for the staff, but also for the delivery guys. Delivery guys of our suppliers and the delivery guys for like Grab and Food Panda and all that. We also had to reinforce and add protocols such as, of course, wearing your face shield, wearing your face mask. We had to buy a lot of new cleaning materials, alcohol, bleach, soap, put them in the respective places. We had to also buy a lot of masks and vinyl gloves for the staff. Although we used to use those already before, but we had to just purchase more of those and make sure everybody uses them properly. Um, Another thing we had to be was to be aware of all the government rules and all the changes that were happening because so many things were changing at the time, and so we had to keep up to date so we can make decisions to be able to keep the business running at the same time, provide the best customer service we could. And like what I mentioned a while ago, the health of the staff or our health is of utmost importance. So we also had to give everybody, some pointers on how to protect yourself, how to keep yourself healthy, such as take vitamins. We offered for the first few months, we offered a shuttle for the employees so they didn't have to commute. And then when you get home, remove your shoes, sanitize your hands, shower right away before you go to your family members, as much as possible. And then the use of the face masks and the face shields. So those are the some of the things, I guess. We had a lot to deal with during the start of the lockdown, really a lot. So
Yes,
those are just some of the things we had to deal with.
Yes, Chef. Just to like a follow up for that one with regard to the safety protocols being implemented in your business establishments. I'd like to know because you had firsthand experience with the service from SGS. So I want to know lang po, we all want to know how did you come across with SGS Hygiene Monitored Program and ano yung major factors that made you decide to get a service from them for your restaurant?
Okay.
How did you come up with GS?
Pizza Express actually, since it's an international brand, it's very particular with its standards, most especially with in terms of hygiene. So our staff are trained to follow certain rules, right? But sometimes if nobody oversees them, sometimes there are lapses. So we came across SGS and we were thinking, wow, this group can actually offer services to monitor our staff, to monitor what goes on in our restaurant, and to make sure we are able to maintain that standard that Pizza Express in the international expects of us. So it's actually that simple because SGS does the job that again like what was said earlier. As a customer, it's not the first thing you see; it's unseen, but or you don't even think about hygiene. But when you go into the restaurant and all our kitchens are open kitchens, actually, you can see how clean it is, how the staff are handling the food, um, how your plates are warm and all that. You can see the dishwashing area separate, things like that. I think as a customer, you can see that. And what we wanted was for an outsider or a third party group or company to be able to look in and audit our practices so that our staff are on their toes all the time and that we are able to maintain the standards that are required of us.
Thank you, Chef. Okay, Chef. So since you have your first-hand experience with SGS, how was the overall experience discovering the accreditation program to receiving the certification? So that process and flow. How was it?
Actually, it was pretty easy. For the staff, sometimes it's a bit of a hassle because they have to keep recording a lot of things, such as when stocks arrive, they have to check the temperature of the stocks. Now added five to check the temperature of each person who comes in. But having that SGS certification and we have that sticker out in the entrance of the restaurant, I think it adds more confidence and it shows people, customers, we give priority to the cleanliness of the food that you eat and the safety. So that when you eat our food, it tastes clean, it tastes, and you don't feel afraid to go out and eat our food. Um, so I guess it's fairly good and easy. They're very accommodating, very helpful. And us, we've become more consistent in keeping the store clean and orderly because the staff knows that there's going to be an audit sometime. So we have to make sure it's a daily practice so that we don't get into lapses. I mean, if we do it every day, it becomes a habit. Um, then a habit, for example, we label the items. So we label the best before dates for each item, each produced item. So you have to keep on doing that. You have to keep logging down the first in, first out. So those things, little by little, if we do them every day, then the staff, it becomes second nature to them. And then when the audit comes, I think it's pretty easy.
Okay, thank you so much, Chef Nat, for that one. So again, for all of our participants interested in getting or knowing more about our SGS safety and sanitary monitoring program, all you have to do is contact Miss Danica or check out the SGS website. And again, it's really good because mas efficient yung staff monitoring and syempre the standards that is implemented is, you know, internationally recognized as well. So again, thank you so much, Chef Nat, for that one. Okay, and now moving on to our last speaker. Yes, Chef Nat, thank you. Frances, once again, is going to be joining us, and she will be sharing relevant digital business tools and solutions that will assist you, our dear business owners, in effectively reaching out to your customers and regaining their trust and confidence to go out and dine again. Plus, Frances has some exciting news for all of us on how to avail the 23,000 peso discount for SGS Hygiene Monitored Program. Wow, Frances, this is really exciting. And ito pa, you are only going to be paying 6,999 pesos along with that discount. So let's hear it from Frances. Hi, Franz.
Hi, okay, good morning. I'd like to start off by quickly sharing my screen. Just want to check if you can see the presentation.
Yes, yes, we can see
Okay,
it.
great. So today I'll be talking to you about new ways to adapt to consumer behavior. It's often a topic at many different webinars. So I feel there is a need to constantly refresh ourselves with what's really happening out there with consumers. I know some of this won't come as a surprise because even business owners are consumers themselves. So, what I try to do here is I try to tie it all in together so that you as business owners can have a better idea on how to pivot your operations, how to position your business to be able to adapt to these behaviors. I want to start with a little bit of study or a statistic. Um, and survey actually shows that consumers have dramatically altered their shopping habits in response to the pandemic. Again, this is no surprise. I myself, I haven't been to a grocery in over a year. We just have the the things we need at home delivered. Thankfully, there are a lot of services that allow us to do so. But this doesn't just affect our grocery buying habits. This will ultimately also affect how and where people choose to eat their meals. A lot of our audience is they own a business, they own a restaurant, and I'm sure they feel this. Those who would often have a lot of dine-in um, had to pivot to takeout and delivery service over the past years. They continue to do so even to this day, especially with the re-implementation of strict lockdowns, right? And as a result of this, there is actually a study by Emerson's Commercial and Residential Solutions during the latter part of 2020 that showed that 72% of Filipinos are more likely to eat at home. Unfortunately, this is really an effect of the fear around the pandemic, and then people wanting to stay safe. But it's not an entirely hopeless scenario because despite the fear surrounding the industry or surrounding dining out, In terms of share of wallet, food still comes first for Filipinos across all income brackets. So whether you're ABC or D, food is the number one priority. And so this is a way for businesses to still be able to get customers through their door. But you just have to be a little bit more creative about how you position your food as a restaurant. And in the next slide, I will be showing a couple of ideas based on, again, consumer behavior that you may choose to adopt as a restaurant or business owner. So the first idea is going the health route. There have been studies that show that the A, B, and upper C markets are opting for healthier food stuff, even if it's more expensive. So if you think about it, those who have the capacity to spend a little bit more, and when I was doing my research for this presentation, I realized that these markets are the ones who probably would travel often throughout the year, but because of that, they have a little extra budget to splurge on items that they can actually gain health benefits from. So the feeling and the luxury of travel is now displaced to the luxury of buying healthier food stuff. So if your restaurant is able to serve these dishes or pivot your menu to healthier food options, that may be a positioning that you can take on and utilize or take advantage of this consumer behavior. Another way that you can position your restaurant food is by going the treat yourself route. Meaning, a lot of people are cooking meals at home, right? Position your restaurant's food as a treat or as an extra special something to pamper your customers. So it's not your normal everyday meals, yes, but it can be a special treat for weekends. And this is actually what we do here at home. So throughout the week, we usually have home cooked meals, but during the weekends where we're not busy with work and online meetings the entire day, our entire family comes together to actually enjoy a restaurant meal in the safety of our homes. The third consumer behavior that you can capitalize on, again, this might not come as a surprise anymore, but I feel the need to reiterate, is convenience and proximity, because a lot of consumers will really choose shops nearby. So the idea here is make sure that you're able to market efficiently to nearby consumers, nearby customers. Target your local community. If you have a neighborhood, if you have a village near your restaurant or near your hotel that's serving food, you may want to get in touch with the association of that village and strike up a deal. Or we've noticed a lot of neighborhood markets popping up in the form of a Facebook group or in the form of a Viber group even. And so that's where you want to be. That's where you want to communicate on top of your usual social media advertising activities. So these three may be new things for you to consider. But I also want to stress the importance of going back to the basics, of making sure that people know you're open, people know you're able to serve them even if you're on lockdown in your local area. And these three basics are often, because they're basics, they're often forgotten or parang relegated to a lesser importance. This is communication. Make sure you constantly communicate to your customers. Take advantage of customer loyalty. And later on, I'll touch on why that's important, even if likely your priority nowadays is to just get customers through the door. And then, of course, at the end of it all, we're all trying to prioritize safety. So let's dig a little deeper on the communication part of it. The idea here is to personalize and automate. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are already on social media. You have your own Facebook pages and Instagram accounts, and they're all updated. That's very good. That's a really good first step in making sure that you have constant communication with your audience. But to be able to really personalize and automate, especially at a time where so many other businesses are competing for social media space, you have to complement that with more personal one-on-one communications. And what better way to do that than through SMS? We're still the texting capital of the world despite all the um, all the buzz about social media and digital. Filipinos are still at the end of the day glued to their phones. And so you might want to complement your social media ad activity with a very personalized text message. Even for ourselves in our experience in Globe My Business, when we do have events like this, when we have a special promo, we have our social media ads in place. But turns out when we do an SMS communication with our market, we get better results because it feels more personal. Unfortunately, a lot of restaurants are doing this manually. As in, they would type on their restaurant phone and send it out to their customer base one by one. There's nothing wrong with it, but there may be a better way for you to do it. And so you automate the process, you become more efficient in one-on-one communications. And this is really why one of our tools at Globe My Business, which is Amber, may be very, very helpful for your restaurant. So Amber is a web-based platform that can help you send SMS broadcasts to targeted recipients. What's nice about this tool, and I'm not talking about this only because I'm a Globe My Business subscriber, I really see the value in having a tool like this because you can send bulk SMS to your customer base without having to do it one by one through the tool Amber. Another nice feature about this is you can actually customize your sender ID so that your customers know that the text they're receiving is really from your restaurant or hotel. It's a legitimate message, and that you got them. They got your contact number because you bought from them before, you answered a feedback or survey form in the past, etc. The tool also allows you to upload and manage contact lists. So you can have separate lists for your loyal customers, another list for new customers, for those who you realized have been coming back because of promo, something like that. Amber will allow you to send the SMS in real time, but also schedule SMS ahead of time. So if you have an important event or promo coming up, you can prepare the message ahead and not have to worry about having to send that out one by one. The last thing that I really, really like about this is because it's a web-based platform, you don't really necessarily need mobile data for you to have Amber. So you can hook up to a Wi-Fi in your restaurant or at your office and make sure that you can send out these SMS to your customers to really fulfill that sort of personalized one-on-one communication with them. Before I move on to the next sort of basic that I want to touch on, I just want to do a quick plug for Amber because we have a very, very good deal currently running. It's a double up offer. So when you would usually get 1,000 SMS credits at the plan 599, you will get with this offer 2,000. So we really doubled it up because we realized that SMEs in this day and age really need that extra push or extra boost in terms of being able to communicate with their customers. So you'll enjoy this perk for the first 3 months of your contract with us if you purchase Amber. So hopefully in that 3 months, you'll be able to reach more customers through SMS, get them through your door, and that will allow you to recover your business faster. The next thing I want to talk about is customer loyalty. It's something that may sound basic, but unfortunately, because the priority for business owners now is to get customers through their door, whether it's a new customer or a customer who has purchased from them in the past, customer loyalty might not be a priority. But I want to highlight this because it's actually 5 to 7 times more costly to gain new customers, to kind of convince them to try you out. And when you're talking about customer loyalty, probably the first thing that comes to mind, and the easiest way to do it is really through a customer loyalty card. But think about it. How many customer loyalty cards do you actually have and keep in your wallet? And then how many times have you misplaced them or forgot them at home when you're going out? Um, Fortunately, Filipinos, again, we are glued to our phones. So the idea here is you reach your customer through loyalty apps so that they never leave your loyalty card at home, they never misplace them. Wherever they go, their mobile phones are with them, and so your loyalty program will also be with them. So an easy way to do this is through a service called Rush, and we can help you at Globe by Business. We can help you um, have your own Rush loyalty app. This is actually a really good way for you to have your custom branded loyalty program that's housed in a mobile app. So you can choose how you can reward your points, what kinds of benefits you want to give to your customers, and basically convince your customers to come back and purchase again from your hotel or your restaurant through your own loyalty app. The last thing I want to talk about is the prioritizing of safety, how to prioritize safety. I mentioned this early on during the start of this program, that we have to think of customer safety, yes, but it's also important for business owners and managers to consider employee safety. Fortunately, there are a lot of ways for us to do that. And on the side of customer safety, this is why we partnered with SGS to bring you more information and on the hygiene monitored program, and even make this more accessible to local businesses. And then for the side of employee safety, there are a lot of options. A lot of business owners have been covering their employees with your standard HMO coverage. But another way to do this is through a service called Consulta MD. Consulta MD will give your employees 24/7 access to professional medical advice. So this is actually a pretty good way for you to affordably make sure that your employees are reporting to work safely. If they feel something, they're not really in their best state on any given day, they can simply call the Consulta MD hotline and consult with a doctor. They don't have to go to a clinic or hospital and risk exposing themselves to any other diseases or the virus. Prescriptions are also available through Consulta MD. So at a very affordable rate of, I think it's 30 pesos per month, you can provide your employees with this peace of mind. So at least you as a business owner can rest assured that your employees reporting to work are healthy, and they have access to professional medical advice no matter what time or day it is. If any of the products that I've discussed very briefly caught your eye and you're actually looking to purchase any of these services, I have really, really good news for you. Because of our partnership with SGS, we are able to offer the hygiene monitored program at a significant discount. So you will get up to 23,000 pesos worth of discounts on this hygiene monitored program if you purchase a Globe My Business product. So I believe the hygiene monitored program costs somewhere in between 30 to 45,000. So with a discount like this, you can purchase it for as low as around 7,000 pesos per quarter, so that you can make sure that you have the right technology to help your business recover. But at the same time, you're able to ensure food safety for your business. We're running down to the last few minutes of my presentation, but I just want to leave you with this last two slides. So when it comes to safely recovering your business, always consider new strategies that are aligned with customer behavior. I mentioned 3 earlier on, but never forget the basics of constantly communicating with your audience, harnessing customer loyalty, and prioritizing safety. So it's really a balance of finding something new and different to set you apart and making sure that you're covered in terms of the basics. The last thing I want to leave with you all this morning is just this maybe thought starter or thought continue work, if I may say it like that. And the idea is to recover. Businesses nowadays need to prioritize being flexible enough to adapt to ever-changing business landscapes. We can't say for sure what's going to happen in a month or two, or maybe in half a year, but being able to be flexible with how you operate your business can really definitely differentiate your business as successful versus the rest. Fortunately, there are a lot of ways to do it, and technology will make it easier for entrepreneurs to do so. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for listening in. I hope you picked up a couple of useful things for your business. We're hoping to see you in our consultation sessions as we move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Frances, our very own Frances from Globe My Business. Thank you for introducing all of our business tools and solutions that can really help all of our business owners. So for our business owners that are still here, for our 126 participants, if you want to know more about our business tools and solution and which one fits your business perfectly, so all you have to do is contact us on our Facebook page, right, Francis? And then a business manager is going to help you decide on those matters. So again, thank you so much, Francis, for your presentation. And now, okay, we have come to the part where we're going to be entertaining all of the questions posted on our chat box earlier. So I'd like to invite on screen once again, Chef Nat, Danica, and of course, Francis. Okay, for now, I'll be reading the first question, and this one is for Frances or Danica. This one's for Danica. Okay, we are operating home-based, and our building is currently locked down. I am personally locked in. How can SGS solve our problem? Can we send sample products via Grab? Will this be possible, Dan?
Yes, of course. Hello. So thank you for that question. Yes, you can actually coordinate with us so we can have your samples actually pick up, not necessarily by Grab, because we have naman designated personnel or partners for that. So, and just to ensure lang then that they're also following the biosecurity protocols that SG has put into place to make sure that the customers and even our employees are safe there. So definitely, yes, we can have your samples pick up, sir. Just kindly coordinate with Giselle or me after this. I think Giselle already sent her contact details. Thank you.
All right, so there. Hope that question is answered well. Thank you so much, Danica. And then the second question would be for Francis. Okay, the question is from one of our online participants. So the SMEs are the most badly hit sector. What budget-friendly steps can they undertake, especially on the digitalization of safety protocols? So we're talking about budget-friendly steps that our businesses can undertake when it comes to digitalization of safety protocols. Go ahead, Franz.
Okay, so concerns about budget, it's always something that's brought up in events like this. We understand it's really a difficult time, even for big companies like Globe My Business. You'd be surprised to know that we're also a little bit tighter on budget because of the pandemic last year. So we totally understand. So we're actually very careful with how we present our products. So the tip when it comes to digitalizing while still staying under budget or within your budget is really first assessing where do you need to improve the most. Because it's not the same, it's not going to be the same for all businesses. Some businesses might already have very, very efficient communications with their customers. And so if you're looking at digitalizing your business, that might not be the most budget efficient way to go, if that makes sense. So the point really is to review your entire operations, see where you have to improve or there's room to improve, and start with that. You don't have to digitalize your entire business all at the same time. You can gradually do it. But the important thing is you're able to identify a starting point. Identify one thing that you can improve with the help of technology and then start from there. once you have that in place, review your business again, look at where you can still improve with the help of technology, and that can be your next step. This kind of approach to digitalization can allow you to sort of spread out the burden of having to invest in technology. So again, you don't have to digitalize your entire business all at once. You can start from one solution, add on another in the next couple of months where you're doing a lot better. And then you keep doing that until you reach a point where you're actually fully digitalized. And another tip here is to partner with technology providers that will give you what you really need at budget-friendly cost or value for money costs. So an affordable solution might not necessarily be value for money. It may be something value for money in the short run. Maybe a free solution out there can provide you an immediate way to digitalize, but it might not have all the features that you need for your business. So having a partner like Globe My Business, consulting with our account managers can really help you identify what sorts of solutions you really need so that your investment does not go to waste. It's really something that will help you for your business. The last thing I want to talk about is how we are partnering with industry enablers like SGS to bring you better deals, better perks. I did mention during my presentation earlier on that when you purchase a Globe My Business product, you get a significant discount on the hygiene monitored program. And this is just one of the ways we're trying to help out our local SMEs so that they can really safely recover and once again thrive in the future.
Thank you, Francis. Francis, just a quick follow-up on that one. You mentioned that when they purchase a product from Globe, can it be as little as the Amber product? And then they can
Yes.
avail of the discount from SGS, which is almost worth 23,000 pesos for a quarter of the program, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Apple. What we did was we really opened up the offer to everyone, whether you're purchasing an Amber worth $599 a month or you're in need of more sophisticated solutions with us. We don't want to restrict the availability of the hygiene monitored program to just those who can, afford a sophisticated solution. So even if you're a small business owner and only Amber is applicable to you or a simple service like Consulta MD, you will be able to access the discounted rates with SGS.
Thank you again, Francis. And for all of our business owners present over here, let's think of it as an investment always. I mean, having those business tools and solutions. So it's not a waste of money or anything because it's going to help your business in the long run. And of course, like what Francis said, assessment is very, very important. So you have to know which part of your business really needs that particular help. All right, thank you so much, Francis. And another question for Chef Nat. Okay, this one is for Chef Nat. What is the most noted improvement in your restaurant when you had the SGS certificate?
I think it's the a while ago, Francis mentioned customer loyalty. So having that certification there, the sticker, it's not only once you eat there once, but you keep coming back because you've already seen the service, you've already seen the overall experience in the restaurant. So I think that matters. And it's not just a certificate, it's what goes on behind that. Because we can satisfy a customer within 30 minutes, an hour when they're in the restaurant, but that takes daily, daily work from everybody to make sure that we are able to offer that customer service when they're there for just 30 minutes just to eat there. So I think it's that whole thing. We're more aware, the staff's more aware of what to do, how to do things properly. It's a day-to-day work that we do that gives it an overall good factor, good effect on the restaurant.
Yes, agree. Thank you so much, Chef Nat. Yes, the standard is implemented after having that one. And now, last question for our dear Danica. So Danica, how does SGS Safety and Sanitary Program align with the BOT accreditation also required in business operations? Again, I'll repeat that one. How does SGS Safety and Sanitary Program align with the BOT accreditation?
Okay, so based on that question, actually, I have a question then. Pero sige, I'll just assume no that what the question, the DOT accreditation in the question is the star rating. So, kasi we are all I think we are the consumers or those who are frequent travelers are familiar with the star rating of 5 stars, 4 stars, what else. So, actually, and ano lang, trivia, DOT is actually one of the speakers together with Pizza Express during our launching of the Hygiene Monitored program last December 2019. So they are not to replace one each other. The DOT star accreditation rating is focused on the facilities and the service quality and service in terms of hospitality, customer service and all that. But there are sections or portions in the checklist of the DOT star accreditation rating that also tackles the cleanliness of the kitchen. However, the HMT or the Hygiene Monitored Checklist program checklist is based on WHO guidelines, CDC, and US FDA, because US FDA has specific guidelines for restaurant operators. But I'd like to emphasize that it is highly customizable in such a way that, for example, Pizza Express has their own standards that they want to incorporate in the checklist. It is very, very much welcome. So yan. Kasi possibly na mas mataas pala yung standard ng company, di ba? Kasi requirement ng kanilang, like, for example, Pizza Express being a UK brand. So ang expectations is yon possibly higher than the normal compliance standards. So there.
Okay, thank you so much again for clearing that out, Danica. I hope that was answered. One of the questions from our participants. Again, thank you so much. Okay, that closes our question and answer portion for this afternoon. And right now, everyone, we are towards the end of our program. Now we will be drawing again. This is the surprise that we have been telling you. We are going to be drawing 3 names from those who signed up and joined our webinar for today. Because earlier, Frances, she shared with us about the ongoing SGS offer. So let me reiterate that one. So you can get up to 23,000 peso discount on the Hygiene Monitored program by purchasing any Globe product or Globe My Business product. And now great news, because our dear business owners here, we are raffling off 2 discount vouchers and 1 free SGS Hygiene Monitored program. Woohoo! Thank you so much, Globe and SGS. So now we're going to be picking out. Okay, let's roll out our digital roulette and call out the first winner. So our first winner would be winning a discounted voucher for our SGS bag. Congratulations, Maria Cristina Aquino. You just won yourself a discounted voucher of SGS. And now, let's check out the second winner of another discounted voucher. Woohoo! We have Michelle Andales. So again, Maria Aquino and Michelle Andales are our 2 winners of our discounted vouchers. And now, let us check out who our winner is for our free SGS Hygiene Monitored program. Congratulations, Maylito. Congratulations to all our 3 winners for this afternoon. We are going to be contacting all of our 3 lucky winners from our audiences. So yes, we're going to tell you about your redemption process. So just stay tuned, okay? And again, we have another good news for you, because I would like to invite you all to become a part of the Viber's official food directory. So we call it the Food PH. It directly connects local sellers and buyers. All you have to do is scan the QR code to check out the Food PH bot on Viber. So I hope you can see our slide for that one. There you have it. So you can easily connect to the restaurant owners, to the customers in your given areas. All you have to do, again, scan the QR code to check out the Food PH bot on Viber. There you have it, guys. Again, congratulations to our 3 lucky winners. Congratulations, you guys. We're going to be keeping in touch with you. So expect to receive a notification from us. And again, thank you to all of our wonderful panel of speakers for sharing your insights with us today, and to everyone who joined our webinar. We truly appreciate your time this afternoon. And right now, I'm going to be asking all three lovely ladies to give us their parting words as we close our webinar. So let's start with Danica. So Danica, any parting words for our live audiences for this morning?
Thank you so much for being Globe, of course, my business for the opportunity, Chef Nat, for being here, and to all the participants, thank you so much. So for those who have joined us today, whether again, katulad ng sinasabi ko pa kanina, whether you're for reopening, you're gonna start up your own, or malaki or maliit man the business, please ask for help, and please strive until matapos ng pandemic na to. And please reach us if you have any questions, and we'll really see how we can help you. And please prioritize your health, okay? Prioritize your health all the time. Okay.
Thank you so much, Danica. And now I'd like to hear from, of course, Chef Nat.
Hi guys, well, thank you for listening. I hope you guys picked up a few pointers of what you can do in your own restaurants and businesses. For everybody in the industry, hang on. We've been here for a year already, for almost a year, and we can go on some more. So hang in there. It's not the end of the world. We can make it. And just be careful, I guess, these days. Be careful, be aware, and be responsible for your own health and your own safety and those around you. So I guess we just have to take care of ourselves now and stay afloat.
Thank you so much, Chef. And lastly, Frances.
Okay, so the past year has been crazy. We are fortunate to have avenues like this event to continue to talk to business owners, provide our support to them, kind of hear what their struggles are. So we at Globe My Business can also adjust ourselves and cater to the needs of business owners. Maybe just like as a last word, I'm not going to talk about, I won't talk about technology anymore, kind of recap tips, but I just want to leave you with this thought that you're not alone in trying to navigate this situation. Partners like Globe My Business, SGS, we're here for you. And it's really just a matter of reaching out to us, letting us know what you need support on, so that we can help you. We really are so sincere in trying to help out local businesses because we want you to succeed. That is the goal here. We want local businesses to succeed so that the Philippines can flourish as a country, and we all enjoy the benefits of that. So we hope to see everyone again in the coming events. We want to talk to you. We send out usually all these emailers and all these SMS texts, and I'm looking forward to really continuing this engagement with you guys. So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Again, we're here for you. Globe My Business is really, we really want to be your partners in success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frances. And again, thank you, Chef Nat, Frances, and Danica for joining us this afternoon. And going back to our program, before we end this one, on the days when you need to learn more tips and tricks on running your businesses, or you just want to be inspired by the success stories of other MSMEs like you, all you have to do is check out the Globe My Business Academy online by visiting mybusinessacademy.ph. And especially during these days when you're ready to upgrade your business with more technology, all you have to do is go to the Globe website for our products and business solutions, or scan the QR codes provided. And there you have it. You can check out and sign up on Globe My Business and talk to one of our representatives. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us. My name is Apple Grace Mendoza. We wish everyone to please take care of yourself and stay safe always. Thank you, guys.